And welcome back to another episode of Goblin-Sighting D&D. I am your DM. These are my adventures. When last we left, the shopkeeps of Waterdeep hate us and tremble at the approach of our coin, as does the street from the weight of it. We had just spent an obscene amount of silver trying to purchase a lot of things, and that's where we're picking up at this point. The party is walking down the road. You've just left the lush opal as the dawn breaks over Waterdeep. Do you guys have any specific place you were intending to go, or?
We were going to check out the board, or do we have another thing that we've got to do first?
That's the
other guys.
No.
The board is already...
Do we know what our next goals
right?
are?
So at this point, you have 2 days that you're not really wanting to move because you're enchanting the armor of resistance that Lionel gave you up to its maximum enchantability.
Okay.
And so you could go to do some downtime activities. You could go back to the Belzaren's temple to rendezvous with people there. You could just run around aimlessly. You could go check on the Troll of the Depths. Do you have any idea? I'm sorry, I keep doing this to you. Do you have any idea what day of the week or what day of the month it is?
Yep, I think I do have a pretty good idea.
Okay. I can try and keep a slightly better eye on that if you'd like.
No, that's fine. That's what I've been doing. So I just have to find... We're all the way through Myrtle. We're all the way through Kythorn. And we're like 6 days into Flame Rules Summertide, are we?
Okay. So it's getting a little hotter, so the sun is starting to shine more brightly and the weather is starting to warm up. We've come out of spring and we're into summer. And I'm going to say that...
Any fun things in Flame Rule? Wait, guys, we'll find them like things as... I did that. Midsummer's the 1st. We missed it.
What were we doing?
Fighting.
Oh. A heck of a way to spend midsummer. I said that's a heck of a way to spend midsummer.
Wasn't my favorite. I missed that. I would have liked to go back to that piece.
We could retcon ourselves a couple of days back if you'd like to go have this be our first, or have this be midsummer if you'd like.
Well, I mean, it was we had fun with it last time.
Yes.
If I recall.
Now if I can just remember what we do next. What the heck? Ooh. Here's the hard one. Oh, I found Mintarn, by the way.
Oh.
On what?
Mintarn. I was looking for it.
I've got so many things. I'm running out of cards to write them all down.
Time was. Here we are. Midsummer. Day of feasting, carousing, betrothals, and basking in the pleasant weather. Storms on Midsummer Night are seen as bad omens and signs of misfortune, and sometimes interpreted as divine disapproval of the romances or marriages sparked by the day's events.
Okay.
However, it was 2 years ago that Shieldmead was now. So, well, yeah, 2 years ago that Shieldmead hit. So we got 2 more years before Shieldmead.
Right.
But, in the interim, was there anything special you guys wanted to do on Midsummer, or?
Are there games? Like...
Typically not games per se, so much as just feasting.
Oh dear, we might have to feast.
Well,
That would be lovely.
Yeah.
We
It's
should
mostly-
throw a feast for the cell swords that were.
Well, I mean,
We paid them quite handsomely.
That doesn't necessarily. I was trying to give it.
No,
we
but-
can't
sorry,
actually
guys, wait a
give them
minute.
an edge in
wait
this.
a minute. Midsummer isn't until the end of Flame Roll.
Oh, I could have. Wait a minute, maybe I got the wrong thing.
So it's Hammer, and then the annual holiday of Midwinter is at the end of Hammer.
Midwinter?
Between.
Oh.
I'm just going down the
Oh,
line
I
here
see.
on
I
the
see. Yeah,
calendar.
yeah. Right.
We got Hammer, then the annual holiday of Midwinter at the end of Hammer and Alturiak. Then we got Alturiak, Ches, Tarsak. At the end of Tarsak, we have the annual holiday of Greengrass between Tarsak and Myrtul. We got Myrtul, Kythorn, and Flameroll with the annual holiday of Midsummer and the quadrennial holiday of Shieldmead landing between Flameroll and High Sun. And as you may recall from the movie Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves, the High Sun Games occurred probably at Midsummer.
So we have several. So that's
you got-
the first of
It would be.
Elias.
Well, it's before. Because of the way that the calendar is set up with the 10-day week
Right.
And the strict 30-day calendar, there are
Right.
days that are left over.
Oh, right. They put it in between.
One,
Yeah, right.
2, 3, 4. There's 5 extra days because it's still a 365-day year.
Right.
It's just that it's a 360 days of the months. So
Right.
there's.
So sort of like
It's like a
second Adar every once in a while.
bit, but
Or,
every year.
IR.
It's like a second of IR, but every single year, and this is on the calendar. So they have these holidays.
Okay.
They have Midwinter, Greengrass, Midsummer, High Harvesttide, and the Feast of the Moon as the lapse days.
Okay. So that's between. It's right
so it's
between
literally
2 months.
between the calendar months. There's
Okay.
this day that's just plugged in.
So we're several
it's
days
not,
out already.
Yeah, so it's not Flame Rule and it's not Elysias.
Okay.
It's Midsummer. Or
Okay.
Shieldmead and Midsummer are kind of like this. They're squashed onto each other, kind of like a leap year.
So would they be back to back then?
They would be concurrent, more or less. You would just kind of tack Shieldmead onto Midsummer, I
Okay.
think.
Gotta beef it up a little bit.
I mean, I think so. I'm not sure because
Unless
it's like
it's the leap year day.
it may well be a leap year day.
Since
So
it's
that
every
would probably
4 years,
that,
I'm
yeah,
guessing.
then that would be leap year.
So there'd be 2
would
in
be-
between
there would
that
be-
year.
Those 2 days would get tacked together.
Right. Oh, party. That's the best thing to do with a leap
Well,
year day.
Shieldmead is typically a day for renewing pacts, oaths, alliances. It would be a big shindig for the Lord's Alliance, for example. They would probably gather with most of their retinues at some predetermined location. They have 4 years to figure out who's hosting it this year. And then they would meet. They would rehash out all the treaties that they built between themselves. People like the Gentarin would potentially meet their organizations to hammer out the finer details of rebuilding contracts and things like that. So it's a day for plain speaking and renewed oaths.
Okay.
Is the way it's described in the lore. So we have a couple of 10 days before Midsummer shows up.
Yeah, because
Because
we've
we're on like
got
the
like
3rd or 4th of
24 days.
we have, so it's like the 6th of.
We're in the 6th of Flame Rule.
So we're on Flame Roll now. So we got 24 days
Well, I'll
until.
try to watch for that though,
Yeah.
coming up.
So we just got 24 days until
Okay.
Midsummer. So if we keep a half an eye on that, then we
Yeah.
can just kind of know, okay, this is a day, this is a day, this is a day. There's 24 of them. Hoopla, we have Midsummer.
Right.
So, and with that in mind, you got several options for what you could be doing right now.
Okay.
I'll say that if you wouldn't mind, Victor and Elizabeth would have sent money by courier from the party fund for, where is it? So they would have sent 300 gold pieces worth of either gold or silver, preferably silver,
Silver, yeah.
for the upkeep of Trezendar Manor.
Oh, yeah. So we're down to 90. I'm calling, we've got ready cash silver,
Yeah,
and then we've got the big the 500,000 silver. So from our ready cash silver,
of
we're
what,
now
98,000 or something like that?
we're at 94.2.
94.2, woohoo.
So this is Trezendar upkeep.
Yeah, they're just gonna pull that out of here for now.
Yeah, of course.
I have a question for you guys that I haven't really had a chance to sit down and talk about. The Lost Mine of Phandelver can either keep doing what it's doing with a fixed income, or I can run it more realistically with a business transaction like we're doing with Pearl of the Depths. So the choice is yours, whether you want me to run it business style or fixed.
I don't think a mine would be fixed. I think there would be hot and cold, and but our expenses would be fixed because we've got our miners,
Yes.
stuff like that. But what we get out of it, realistically speaking, I don't think is going to be the same every month.
Yeah, I don't really have a cost on that, but
no, I'm just saying. I'm just thinking from a business standpoint, our expenses would be fixed. But
I would say it would probably run somewhere between. Somewhere between a temple or an outpost or fort level of maintenance. Yeah.
What I was going to say is you just call the income, whatever you're generating, net income.
Well,
because we've been talking about net income all along.
Well, the way that it says is you either pay the business maintenance, or it covers the maintenance cost, or it covers some maintenance cost for each of the days and earns a profit of X.
right.
So I'm gonna probably run it at how many skilled hirelings would you say are in that mine right now?
Is mining itself the digging skill?
I would count the miners as untrained hirelings, and then I would count the wizards running the Forge of Spells as skilled hirelings.
Yeah, I don't really know enough about what it takes to run the Forge of Spells.
Yeah. I would say maybe maybe 20 and 40, respectively. 20 wizards or something like that. What do you
Well,
think?
they can't work. Is this a 24/7?
It's a per day
or how do
operation, so maybe let's call it. Let's make up something interesting here. Hang on.
So I'm going to write down the mine.
So for a mine, we're going to say that there's, say, 7 wizards
Okay.
operating the forge, and then 9. Yeah, we'll call it 12. No, let's call it 20 miners, because that's a reasonable.
Are these dwarven miners?
Dwarves, gnomes, some humans, mostly dwarves and gnomes, as the quote-unquote untrained hirelings or unskilled hirelings, who are just like actually doing mining operation and upkeep in the mine. And then the wizard and helping the wizards, the 7 wizards who are running the Forge of Spells side of things, where they're enchanting and crafting magic armor and weapons and artifacts and things to sell.
Sure, because they would have menial tasks that would need to be done on a regular
hauling
basis.
stuff to them, and
So we should get a discount when we need armor.
We'll discuss that at a later point, but a skilled hireling, so that'll be 14 gold per day for the wizards,
Wow.
and then I said 20.
Yeah.
2 gold pieces for the miners, because they're 2 silver pieces a day. So that's a total of 16 gold pieces per day. So
No, it's a total of 98 for the wizards because you got 7 wizards.
oh, drat, you're right.
And then you have.
Wait,
I think he was giving a total number.
Oh, you were saying 2 gold pieces per day per wizard.
yes.
I thought you were giving me 7 gold pieces per day per 14 gold pieces per day per wizard. Okay, so 98 a day is wow, that's a lot.
Yeah. 2 gold pieces per wizard per day.
Okay, so 14
So
gold
that's
pieces
14
per day.
gold pieces for 7 wizards for
Gotcha.
1 day of operation in the mine. And then 2 silver pieces per miner per day leads us to 20 silver pieces. No, 40 silver
40.
pieces. So that's 18. Sorry, that's 18 total And we can make it around 20 if you want.
No, it's fine.
I'll keep it at 18.
Uh-huh. So now we figure out how the mine did this last month. Oh. Well, that's not good. It did not do well with the Inquisition running around.
Well, yeah, I mean, probably.
I said 18.
Mm-hmm.
So 27 times 30 is
810.
So did we lose 9 a day?
We lose 810. We have to pay 810 gold.
Okay.
I'm sorry, okay?
No, I'm laughing about the. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, what's 810 gold?
Yeah. So we
Well,
owe them
right.
we owe them 810 gold, and then for the Pearl of the Depths,
We owe them 810 gold for what?
it says you got to pay 1.5 times the business and maintenance cost for each of the days.
So you had 18 gold pieces times 30,
Uh-huh.
I presume.
And then half again that.
27. Okay, right. 27 times
27.
30. Right. Okay, gotcha. So 810 gold pieces. Bad month.
Yeah, very bad month. The Inquisition was running around a lot, and they mostly barricaded themselves in.
I would expect the wizards too.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Because these are not combat wizards.
No, they're not.
We're
Well,
a rare
Pearl-
breed. Combat
Pearl
wizards.
didn't do great, but it didn't do horrible. Covered its own cost. We broke even on the Pearl this month.
Good.
Okay.
The dice hate me tonight.
Not
No,
nice.
they hate the company.
Yeah, something like that. So, next we have, with that report out of the way, you can choose what?
The music sounded like Sail On for a minute there.
Oh. With that report out of the way, you can choose to either do a little more shopping or head over to the Belzaren's temple to rendezvous with Lionel and tell him what's going on and strategize what our next steps are. What do you guys want to do?
I think
And also ask him if he's heard any, because both he and we are targets of.
The Inquisition.
Mm-hmm.
And House Panzaren
Well,
by extension.
not just he was more against them than us initially because he expected us to help him killing.
Yes, however, now that you've chosen not to, you already, you guys know this, but you've already embarrassed House Panzaren at least once, possibly twice, because one of the two of you made an enemy of House Panzaren when you beat the crap out of one of their servants pit fighting.
right.
And then,
Oh, I thought it
Pit
was.
fighting was me.
I thought it was when I destroyed some part of their house.
well, that was the second half, but
Oh.
you went pit fighting and beat the crap out of
Right.
one of their servants and made an enemy of House Panzaren. Then all of us made fools out of them when we stole the crystal ball and the crypt keeper at the party.
Yes.
So you really, really ticked them off at that point. And then by tracking down the down and stealing back the key, you also
or just not being nice to them.
did not do them any favors and did not make any friends there. So they sent Irion to kill Lionel. Irion was hoping you guys would do the work for him, so he called in his favor, and you guys declined. And so now that he reports back that you guys are not only not dead, but you're also in league with Lionel Alagandar. God, that guy's hard on my tongue. Then they're going to be even madder at you guys. They also want Lionel dead, though Lionel's not entirely sure what he did to House Panzaren personally to incite a master spy and assassin to be chasing after him.
Does he ever find out, or is just lost to history?
Huh? This is the here and now. He's not
I know.
sure.
But
Well, that would be
that's
telling,
okay.
wouldn't it?
I'm just wondering what. That's what I'm trying to find out. Will he ever find out, or is it just something that's?
Well, I mean, if you found Irion and got him to talk, or found a member of House
surely.
Panzarin and got them to talk, then...
Surely there's records.
Well...
Of a feud that big.
It's not like this started recently.
No,
This started recently. It's not like this has been an ancestral feud. That's why Lionel's so puzzled as to why House Panzarin, which is a relatively recent house, only granted lordship or the title of nobility.
Right?
They bought it at the acquiescence of and encouragement of Lord Dagult Neverember, back when he was the Open Lord of Waterdeep. Right before he went and became the Lord Protector of Neverwinter, he kind of facilitated them buying the patent of nobility that made them a house.
Right.
As such, they're not really well favored among the older houses who inherited those titles from family lines stretching back into antiquity, and view Panzarin as a bit of an upstart. But he has been expending both gold and other resources to cement his position and increase his influence. But it's still unclear why he suddenly started picking on Lionel Alagondar, because the Alagondar line poses no threat to Waterdeep. They're the and you guys can. I presume you guys have gone to, or are going to Belzaren's temple then.
I think that makes
to
sense.
try and figure out what's going on here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
1 minute here. I said, where's it going?
As an aside, I figured that they're trying to consolidate the power of their house by getting rid of legitimate houses so that they're the only ones left.
As you start walking towards the temple, I need you all to make perception checks.
18.
Okay.
Well, I've got 16 plus.
Perception.
I've got a
Oh,
good
plus 5. Sniggity diggity. 23.
Is this under skills?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perception. Plus 4. No, plus 8.
Wow.
So it was 16 plus 8. Which last I heard was 24.
Okay. Okay. You notice that several individuals are starting to move in your direction, and one of them darts behind a fully loaded cart, but not before the pair of you recognize the, shall we say, familiar blue-gray leathern armor and hood of a mage assassin.
Several.
You see one with the mage assassin's
And
armor.
somebody else got out of there before we could see whether...
That was who you saw ducking. You see a mage assassin ducking behind
I thought you said...
a fully loaded cart laden with produce. What did you guys get again? What, you got 24, you got 23?
Yeah.
You both look up as you see its eye line kind of flicker upwards as it ducks behind the cart, and you see a cloaked figure standing on a rooftop about 40 feet ahead of you, probably about 30 or 40 feet up, holding a longbow. I need you guys to roll initiative. Your high perception checks save you from the surprise round.
I'll take that. My goodness. Ugh.
Well, my initiative did not go up.
Well, no.
No, I was just saying it didn't. So I got 6. At least I think it's 6. That's a 4.
Okay, you... Sorry, hang on. You got a what? 6?
You got 6.
6.
You got Edra?
12.
Oh, go home. I ain't keeping you around.
We have passed along this information to the rest of the company. Right away.
I'm going to give this the boot finally.
What is it?
It's a dead dry erase.
Do you need another one?
Oh, I have plenty. That's why I'm finally giving it up.
But have you got the eraser in that baby?
I do. Would you like it?
I would like it for the eraser.
Up top.
Oh, I touched it.
You almost closed your hand on it.
Alright, and you have... Woo! You're keeping around too. Jeez Louise. Oh.
Remember, Rondia, you have a defender longsword, which increases your protection by 3. You have a defender longsword, which increases your protection by 3 and hits harder.
It's a +3 that you can then transfer 3 of that into your AC or use it as a regular weapon.
Just reminding
And
you
the
of
fact that I'm holding it gives that +3 to my armor.
If you choose to transfer it to your armor class, yes. Or you can use it as a +3 longsword.
And I was thinking that...
And you can transfer any one of the 3 charges from your +3-ness. There's 3 charges. You can transfer either to attack or to defense.
Is that something that can be done as a reaction?
Bonus action.
No, I was thinking if somebody attacked me. No. Okay.
No, you gotta wait until your turn. And then decide. Real fast here, we're gonna give you...
Well, I'm back to my full 10 on the staff.
And... Oh boy. I think that's everyone. And now, let's see. Yeah, we're gonna give you one. Okay. Why not? Ah, nice. These guys were really waiting for you. Holy crap. Alright. And you were there and there, and now it's for my guys. Hang on, sorry.
Nope, that's fine. I just read it.
Unfortunately, we have none of our friends with us, so we just gotta fight this out more. 5 of us.
Where are they?
At the temple.
Huh?
At the temple.
At the temple.
Finnan! Why?
Finnan.
God, why?
What do you do?
He rolled a 2. And he gets a +5.
Oh, he's 7.
Yeah.
He's ahead of Rondir.
What's my bad to me?
Oh. Better here, I suppose, than later.
Depends on how many people are against us.
But...
I know.
Well, that was better. I think Victor's at a 20.
Oh, good.
With +3 initiative and a 17 roll. Yeah, he's doing better. It's a 20. And Elizabeth is at 19 flat.
Okay.
Finnan had his head down. He was kind of shuffling the deck of many things
So much fun.
and didn't notice what was happening until...
Yes.
ha la 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 la. Good grief. There's so many options here. It's painful. Yeah. Yeah, okay. He's going to, as you are focusing up on this figure with a longbow, Rongir, you are suddenly aware of feet behind you.
Feet?
Feet.
Feet.
Running little feetsies behind you. And you see a dwarf appear on your rear flank.
Is it a good dwarf or a bad dwarf?
You tell me. That's a miss, but a oh. Okay. That second one is he stabs at you twice with a dagger.
Hits once or misses both?
He hits one.
Oh, that's
it's a
not
19.
nice. A 19?
A 19.
Oh, that's not good.
Or let me rephrase that. Does a 19 hit you?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were telling me that was what my damage was.
No, that's a hit. That's 19 to hit.
I can,
It should be on your main page.
here. Let's get back to the main page. Whoops, I went with the other campaign. Well, I've got the 19 armor class, but...
Okay, so you expend 2 charges of that. Okay.
So wait a minute, I'm confused. Does your defender longsword not just... Is there charges on the
You
defender?
I would have had to
you
have said
use it,
before that.
And as a defender
I
longsword, with the defender longsword, the way that works is okay. The way a defender longsword works, you gain a +3 bonus. The first time you attack with the sword on each of your turns, you can transfer some or all of the sword's bonus to your armor class, instead of using the bonus on any attacks that turn. For example, you can reduce the bonus to your attack and damage roll to 1 and gain a +2 bonus to AC. The adjusted bonuses remain in effect until the start of your next turn, although you must hold the sword to gain a bonus AC from it. So the way that works is you can either spellcast and ignore the sword, or melee attack and buff your AC, or melee attack and take advantage of a +3 longsword in your hand. So
And since I'm not attacking when I use the Staff of Defense,
that's a reaction.
it's a reaction, so I can't be reacted to. Well, I'm assuming that there are entities within this party that if I attack them with magic, they're going to be able to immediately attack me back.
Should you use shield as a spell, as a reaction, they could then, and there were mage breakers or other entities that had the Mage Slayer property, they could use the Mage Slayer property to burn their reaction on your reaction to attack you.
Okay.
It's the Mage Slayer reaction simply states that if a creature within 5 feet of you casts a spell, which casting shield counts, then you may make one melee attack melee attack action.
Okay.
So, to answer your question,
because I'm
no.
fighting the Inquisition, I'm going to stick mainly to attacks without magic.
Okay, well, shield is a magic
yeah, but
thing. These guys don't look like the Inquisition. There's a mage assassin among them. You can or there's just a mage assassin walking around who happen to hide from you.
Coinciding?
I think not. But given that there is a mage assassin in the area, it's unlikely that this is an Inquisition kill team. Plus, they tend to use primarily humans. And this guy's, it's just how the stat line
the
rolls.
Inquisition tends to use
Primarily humans and elves and
Okay.
half-elves. They don't
Okay.
tend to use as many dwarves and halflings. Or
dirty their hands with dwarves.
just because that's how it rolls in the stat blocks.
Mm-hmm.
But there are some. And you're pretty sure at least one of the mage breakers you killed was a dwarf, given their size.
Okay.
But the only creatures the creatures they definitely will never use are tieflings and gnomes, because they have magic innate. And that's arcane magic
That's
innate,
right,
so
so
that's
they-
like the ultimate perversion of the gods'
Right.
plan
Okay.
in the eyes of the
So
Inquisition.
if somebody comes to apply for a job with them that's one of those two,
They're dead.
they're dead.
They'll be ritually and horribly killed. No trial, no nothing. They've already borne witness against themselves in the eyes of the Inquisition.
So
Which
this
why-
is not the Inquisition.
Probably not. Given that there was a mage breaker, right, that there was a mage assassin running around, the Inquisition was pretty darn set on killing those guys
Yeah.
back in the treasure
right,
vaults.
Right.
So, excuse me. With that attack foiled, the human on the high. No, it's an elf. I'm going to play into the stereotype. The elf on the rooftop is going to look down at you, Edra, and find the spell. There it is. Mutters something under their breath, and then they're going to fire a longbow shot at you.
Now I'm wearing my +3 armor.
You are?
Wouldn't I just always be wearing it now?
It hasn't been made yet, if you're referring to the armor of resistance.
It hasn't been made yet.
It took 2 days. This is the day. This is the same
2
day.
days we're waiting.
This is the same day. No,
Right.
this is the day after.
Oh,
you still have one more day. You have today and then tomorrow, and it'll be finished by dawn of the third.
Okay.
By working hours of the third day.
I see. I thought we had finished those 2 days.
No, this is
Hand
the
wave
first
through
day.
them.
No.
Okay.
We're not hand
so
waving through anything.
Okay, that's fine. I wasn't sure.
That's why I was asking you guys, do you want downtime? Do you want to talk? Do you want to check on stuff? So that's what we're doing.
Okay.
So you can mark one extra day off on,
Okay. Yeah, right.
because we're into another day.
Okay.
So we're on the 7th of Flame Rule today. Today is the 7th of Flame Rule.
Oh,
So you do not have that yet.
Okay.
You'll have that on the 9th of Flame Rule.
okay. Okay.
In the interim, you do have the chainmail
Yes.
and the shield, which, if you really wanted to tick another enchanter off, you could go get the shield and enchant it as well.
Right now? Or
After we fight these guys, yes. I doubt they're gonna let you call a
Hold!
timeout.
I've got to go take my
to
shield to
go.
get it.
And but if you wanted to call a timeout, throw your shield to someone and be like, "Go enchant this, I'll pay you later." That would knock you down 2 armor class.
I don't want to do that.
They
No, that's
would not. They would not wait.
no. Okay. I just picture
so-
the pause, you know.
Yes. So it's like, excuse me, guys, can you come back in 3 days?
I have stuff to do. Yellow flag on the plane.
We'll meet you back here in 3 days.
Yeah. So
Of course, we've already proven to them that we're not honorable.
that's fair. That's a miss.
That's fair.
Ooh, that's nice. Okay. That's wait. Nope. they got another attack. My bad. I'm
Who
still
does?
reading through this guy.
The elf does?
Character. What?
The elf has another
Yeah,
attack?
the elf.
Yeah.
And that's a 29 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's everything. Okay.
With 0 points of piercing damage.
Evidently.
Huh? Oh, jeez, I'm sorry. Oh, that's almost as bad. That's 6 points of piercing.
Okay.
Not that I wanted to give you piercing, but I didn't really want him to come back later and go, wait a minute.
No, I would have gotten there eventually. I'm just trying to figure out what you're doing here.
What I'm doing?
Oh, also, as the arrow slams into your leg, you feel it not poison, it's just harder to move with an arrow in your leg. Your speed is reduced by 10 feet until the start of the bowman's next turn. It's part of the 2024 rules.
Oh, okay.
What are the
Because they have the
2024
mastery of the longbow, it has the slow property. If you hit a creature with a longbow and deal damage to the creature, you can reduce its speed by 10 feet till the start of next turn.
So I've got proficiency with longbow.
Proficiency, but not mastery.
Oh.
There's a difference.
What do I have to do to get mastery?
Be a different class.
Oh.
I don't think wizards get a lot of mastery in weapons. Paladins, rangers, rogues, fighters are the ones that I've found so far that have mastery of weapons. And
Cool.
I could be wrong. I could go back and find another character, build one, and say, oh yeah, you can get mastery in X, but for now I don't know that. I just know what I'm building my characters off of for now.
Right.
That's why Elizabeth has the cleave property on her
Right.
great axe, why Victor has, I think it's the Vex property on his longsword, why Finnan has the Nick property on his scimitar, because they have mastery of these weapons.
Okay. So,
And that's
Do
why
I-
the rogue was able to attack you twice with a dagger.
do I have to take the arrow out for it to be canceled, or the
Start
slowness
the
is
turn.
Okay.
It's just temporary. It's slow. You get shot. You get shocked a little bit. You're a little bit slower
Yeah.
from taking a shot from a longbow.
Sure.
So
I'd be glad to be alive from being shot with a longbow.
that's fair. And as you guys begin to react to this, from the front, you see a rather, shall we say, flamboyant-looking character in studded leather armor throw back his cloak and begin to walk towards you guys with the steps of a dancer as he pulls a...
We've got a bard?
Not quite. As he pulls a rapier out of his... as he pulls a rapier and dagger out of his belt and begins to advance on you.
Huh.
And he moves lightly but quickly.
It's an elf?
In balance. No, he's human.
Oh, okay.
Or half-elf. You're not sure, but he's definitely a lot lighter on his feet than some of the fighters you've seen.
Uh-huh.
And he is going to...
Shall we call them Twinkle Toes?
Sure. Yeah, it's going to... Oh my gosh. Why not? It's going to invoke Rain of Daggers.
Is he, obviously he rolled the
As
next one?
Yeah, he's the next one in line.
Okay.
He's going to invoke Rain of Daggers as he approaches
I see.
to within 20 feet of the party. And he's going to throw a total of 6 daggers at Victor and Elizabeth.
Miss, 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 miss.
So, let's see what you do, sir. He does... That's a neutral 20. Nothing happens. That's one hit. That's not for 20. 2, 19 hits Victor. 3, a 16 misses. 4, a 28 hits Lisbeth. A 26 hits Lisbeth. And a 24 hits Lisbeth. So 3 hits against Lisbeth, 2 hits against Victor, 1 natural 20.
So it's the equivalent of 3 for both of them.
Ish, yeah.
For damage.
Yeah. Natural 20 deals 11 damage to Victor. The regular attack deals 9. And Lisbeth suffers a grand total. I forgot what these d4s, so I might as well use them. Of is 22 points of piercing damage, as they're just like looking like pin cushions.
Pin cushions. This is not
With just
good.
daggers sticking out of them.
Oh.
I said 22, yeah?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
And they go, I don't like these, and they flick them back at the guy.
Can they use them?
I mean, technically, yeah.
But that's not their weapon.
I mean, they could. I suppose. I never thought about it that way, but
They
sure.
just collected some daggers, right? I mean, manacles, daggers. Let's
You
collect
know,
what we
my
get.
arm is a sheath, you know. Huh.
I mean, they are proficient with simple weapons, so they can add their proficiency bonus to the ranged attack. It's not something I ever thought of doing, but sure, why not?
Yeah.
And
What would be interesting would be to do that with a poison thing, where you then can turn around and heave it back where you've got having the poison and whoever you're throwing it at is
people who
probably.
throw daggers typically won't throw poisoned daggers, but I guess. And then he's going to yeah. Yeah, that's where it is. I want to try this, so I'm going to let you guys. I'm going to let him stay 20 feet away. No, that's not his style. He's going to close, unfortunately. And then he's going to make a rapier attack.
Again,
Victor. Unfortunately for him, a 16 does not hit.
does Victor get a riposte or something?
And Victor is going to burn a maneuver dice.
Ooh.
A superior dice, excuse me. So... 2 riposte. How does riposte work again? It's been so long.
It has been, yeah.
Well, I don't remember where he adds the superiority dice in, whether it's to damage or to the attack roll.
Yes.
Hardy, hard. If you hit, you have the superiority dice and damage. Okay. Yeah, a 29 is going to hit this guy.
I hope so. You know, Twinkle Toes, you don't expect to be able to avoid something like that.
It does hit him now. Okay. And then he's going to add a d8 and a d10 to that damage. That's 11. Notes or something I should know about?
You just got
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna go up and
Plus You're good. It's the mage. It's the mage assassins next.
Yeah.
You have time.
Oh gosh. More and more and more, right?
Yeah. Oh no, it's Victor. Then it's the mage assassin. My bad. So that's what I say. 9 plus 6 is 15 points of damage to Twinkle Toes. Hey, as a DM, you learn to roll with the weird names your players give your lovingly created and thought out characters. Then, having riposted, Victor is going to he's going to I want to use those daggers like you suggested.
Oh,
But I don't know what to do with them.
put him in there.
He's going to turn around and sling them at the rogue that is attacking you at disadvantage.
I'd rather he, stuck him in his pocket and actually attacked this Twinkle Toes, who's right there.
But he has no need to do that because he has a long sword and he has a longbow.
Oh, yeah.
If he's kept the daggers, there's no point in keeping the daggers.
Okay. No, it was more along the lines of who he was going to attack right now.
Okay. Well,
But that's me.
Yeah, so he's going to attack them at the Twinkle Toes dude. So he's just going to yank the daggers out and drop them. And that's a natural one. Nothing happens. Second attack. How many do you need these, old boy? 3? Yes, you need 3. That's a 24, which does hit. And a 20, which just hits. So
This guy's got a lot of armor class.
got a lot of class too.
What?
Got a lot of class too. So that's 2 hits with shield. That's 14. 24 points of damage to Twinkle Toes. And because when you're fighting for your life and you're not in a dungeon crawl, why not? I said, but because when you're fighting for your life and you're not in a dungeon crawl, why not? He's going to action surge and attack again. 28, 25, 29. All 3 hits. 8. 7 is 15. This 8 is 23 points of damage to Twinkle Toes. He didn't like that very much.
Twinkle Toes did?
No.
Okay.
And now the
Mage Assassin.
Mage Assassins, that's it. Are going to come out of hiding.
So there's more than one.
Yes.
Okay. I kind of figured that they didn't go in singles.
No. Interesting. Remember that. Huh. Okay, we'll do that. What's that? Oh. Nice. First of all, I'm gonna pull out. Yeah. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
I'm just looking to see. So it's +2. And you're going to tell me that unless I can get a 28, I can't succeed, and then I might as well not roll.
No, roll, please. I feel decently confident you see.
9.
Frick.
Yeah. Wait. I thought it was a 7, but when I picked it up, it was a 17.
That'll do. Don't don't argue with the dice. That's a 17. That's a 20. That's a 19. We'll do it. That'll do. That's good.
What did I
That's very
avoid?
good. Disintegrate as a sickly green beam streaks by
So
your
I'd
shoulder.
be dead.
No,
Oh.
not necessarily. I mean, how many hit points do you have?
127.
You wouldn't be dead.
But I'd be pretty close.
I need you to make another dexterity saving throw. You're making a fair point of those. They know you're dangerous.
I didn't succeed.
What'd you get?
6.
Total?
Huh?
Last.
I got a 4 plus 2.
Okay. That's a good thing I chose that then. Then they are going to. There's a crackling sear of lightning that rips towards you and into and through you as a chain lightning spell zaps you and I'll say Finnan and Edra. No, I'll say Finnan and Victor because I can't see Edra. And Elizabeth. We'll just say the tribal trio takes it. Because Edra's not here and I can't bring it to my. I can't bring myself to hit a defenseless opponent like that. Oh, that's a fail. That's a fail. That is a success. So no damage to Finnan.
Of course.
Because he's really good at this sort of thing.
And what about me?
That's where I'm getting to.
Oh.
You take...
No, I meant you. You said it hit the terrible trio plus me.
Yep.
You didn't
failed.
roll whether I get to save or not.
You rolled to see if you
save,
fail.
yeah, okay.
You rolled to see if you fail.
Yeah.
I don't have to roll to see if you fail. You
Yeah.
do. So... Huh. That's why I got so many D8s. So, holy glory. You take 4, 8, 9, 17, 27, 36 points of lightning damage.
As opposed to 80, which is the possible. So
Correct.
I'm feeling pretty good about that.
Yes. Victor takes 36.
Well, 91 I'm down to.
And Elizabeth takes 36.
We all 3 got 36?
Yeah.
I mean, all 4 got 36?
Well,
3.
three out of 4, yeah. Neither of them are below 100 yet.
No, I'm just below 100.
All right.
Well, 91 is not just below, I guess.
Close enough.
But since 91 was something I considered to be fairly high until recently.
Unknown caller.
Edra is going to get targeted by a disintegrate spell. So I need you to make a dexterity saving throw. Need you to make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Okay.
Victor, Elizabeth, and Rongir just took 36 points of lightning damage from a chain lightning spell.
Oh no! From the guy, but no, from the.
Mage assassins who
Mage
started to crawl out
We
of
have
the
2
woodwork.
of them so far.
Oh, cool.
3 so far.
Oh, I thought it was 2 so far.
Well, the third one just shot at you.
18.
Another sear of lightning punches a hole in a wall next to your head.
Oh, it missed me.
Just barely.
I figured I was in.
And I need you to make another one.
Okay, let me just get my papers out here. So are we pretty badly... We now have 2 mage assassins?
4, actually.
4 mage assassins. Mage assassins.
One disintegrate, 1 chain lightning, 1 disintegrate, second attack.
I was just going by when you said,
you got number
and
18.
one
Is it still
came
good?
out alongside of him. I didn't know
You
that
saw
it was-
one hiding.
and then somebody
then
else came out.
More of them just started popping out. From
I
behind
thought you
places.
gave a number.
No.
But, yeah.
I got another 18. Is that still good for the same?
Yes, that's
Okay.
still good. Another sear of disintegrate slams into the cart next to you and completely just dissolves the wheel. And
Poor Cartier.
I need...
Yeah.
Well, the carter, at the first disintegrate spell that went past your head, cut the traces and ran for his life.
No, I meant he lost part of his wagon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now I need you to make another one.
Okay. 19.
You're fine. This time a searing crackle of lightning zips over your head.
I'm so glad I'm short. Not always, but I'm happy.
And it catches the hay on the cart in flames.
Oh no.
Oh,
But there's no horse to catch you.
No, he cut the traces, jumped on the horse, and started running.
Okay.
He does not want to be anywhere near a high-level magic battle.
No.
So then, that brings us to Lisbeth, who's going to take the 3 daggers out of her chest and stomach and throw them back at Twinkletoes.
So we had Twinkle Toes is between Victor, the mage assassins are between Victor and Lisbeth, or before
Yes,
Victor?
between
Okay.
Victor and Lisbeth.
Okay.
It's the dwarf who just tried to shank Rongir, then it's Rongir, then it's Twinkletoes.
Can't be wrong here.
Ranger, my bad.
Ranger.
Misread
Okay.
that. No, it's
Ranger
the
elf.
Legolas on the roof,
Yeah.
then it's the Twinkletoes, then it's Victor, then it's the Mage Assassins, now it's Lisbeth, and you're on deck.
Okay.
So she's going to chuck the 3 daggers back at Twinkletoes for not great. Dum 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 dum. Ooh. I don't know. So she's got a +6 proficiency bonus. Plus your dex, so it's +6. So 17 misses as the dagger flies over his head.
Oh well.
Second attack is a natural 1, which does nothing, but misses. And the last one is a 25, which finally hits him in the shoulder. And we deal straight.
that's not fair, using my own weapon.
And that's a straight 4 damage because she has no dex.
Okay.
2 Twinkletoes.
He's in the 30s now, I think. Maybe not. You've got his health.
Higher,
Twinkle Toes? I
actually.
wasn't here for his damage.
Twinkletoes is somewhere in the 50 to 60 range now. And
Probably not squishy.
he's not as squishy as he could be, but he's definitely squishier than some.
Yes.
Then Elizabeth is also going to action surge because that's funny. And because there's no point. Oh! Shoot!
What?
It doesn't matter now, but I forgot that Elizabeth had 21 armor class now.
But did they hit her before?
It would have still hit her. None of them were under 21.
Oh, that's right. There was 23, 24.
24
Yeah,
or
I do
25,
remember
but
those.
I just
Right.
forgot that because I forgot that she's wearing +3 splint now.
Right.
So she's going to action surge. Find it. What are you doing in here? Ah. Oh. Huh. Oh well. She's going to action surge, and she's going to run down on that. Yeah. She's going to run at Twinkletoes because he's threatening Victor. And that's just not okay in her book. for a 14 misses, 25 hits, and 18 misses. As he expertly parries aside the axe head with the flat of his rapier.
That's quite skillful with the rapier against the axe head. I mean, really.
He doesn't hit the actual head. He flicks it in underneath the head and redirects the shaft of the axe. For 8 points of damage to Twinkletoes. She cuts him across the chest and doesn't really take a lot of damage from that. Edra, you're up. Finnan's on deck. Round here is next.
Okay. So,
We're not in a dungeon crawl.
Quick question. The counterattack with magic, whatever it's called.
Mage Slayer?
You have to be within 5 feet of them?
Oh, you mean Counterspell.
Counterspell.
Counterspell is like 30 feet.
Ah, okay.
but we don't have any mage slayers.
Mage Assassins, though.
Can they do the same thing?
They have Counterspell.
No, counterspell, but not the...
Not made. They don't have the melee attack in reaction to a spell. They have the ability to stuff the spell.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah. Okay, so,
And they probably will.
Yeah, do we know where we are in relation to anybody? Because I didn't get that
You're
melee
like...
attack. Do you know anybody for melee?
I mean, you could either turn around, walk probably less than 5 feet, and start pounding on the one that tried to shank around here. You could probably run less than 20 feet and be on top of Twinkletoes.
I can't.
She
can I
can't
run
go
to-
fast.
I'm slowed, so I'll probably do the closer one.
I mean, you have 20 feet with the
I only
boots.
have 30 with the boots, but
But you don't have the boots anymore because you have the boots of Elvenkind.
right. So I have
So you have
20 again.
25,
25.
right?
Right, so it'd be 15 that I'm slowed to.
From
10
what?
off? I thought it was 10 off.
Oh yeah, 10 off. So you have 15 feet. You could. You guys weren't like strung out over a city block. You guys were
I figured we
walking
were kinda
reasonably together, so
together,
you
that's
probably
right.
have less than 20 feet.
I'm
to
close
get
enough to that little dwarf that's...
Yeah,
making
you're
himself
probably
fast.
relatively equidistant between Twinkletoes and Shanky, the dwarf that tried to
Yes.
stab Rongir.
I think... Because Finnan probably will do a few things too.
Finnan is probably going to be a wild card.
Okay.
He's either going to take a run at Twinkletoes, or take a run at the dwarf,
Mm-hmm.
or go try to harass the mage assassins, or try and trade shots with Legolas on the roof,
Okay.
or pull out the deck of many things and see what happens. I really don't know until I get to his turn.
Right.
what
No,
that little
that
bugger
makes
is gonna
perfect
do.
sense. So what I think...
Like, he's in my head and I don't know what he's going to do.
Right, exactly. It's like, oh, well, he's a very last second, like, off the cuff kind of a...
Yeah.
dude. So
He'll listen to someone else's plan, but he doesn't make plans.
I'm going to slam Hugh.
Do you want to use your magic
Spiritual weapon?
spiritual weapon?
But it says I have to cast it, and
That
that's a
is fair.
spell.
Okay.
Do they have anything against Hugh? I mean, can they? Do they?
No.
They don't have anything.
I mean, they have something
Yeah, I'm
personally
sorry.
against
Can
him.
they?
Your head's
Can
split
they?
open,
Can
but,
they do something against?
They don't have any magical ability to stuff him that you know. Let me check something really fast. They haven't shown any propensity. Let me see something really fast. Yeah, no, they don't have that. Oh, that'll be funny. Yeah, I don't see anything that would suppress Hugh. They would need anti-magic field for that, probably.
Okay.
Because Dispel Magic wouldn't dispel Hugh. It would be if you cast something like Holy Weapon on Hugh to buff him further, you could dispel that, but it would take something like anti-magic field to temporarily suppress the effects of Hue being a +1 weapon. Once you stepped out of the anti-magic field, he'd be back to a +1 weapon with no ill effects.
Okay.
They didn't do anything like that the last time, though.
Okay, yeah, I don't remember anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I have Divine Strike, however, is a spell, right?
Divine Strike?
I've got sitting down here with Hue an extra 2d8 radiant if I have Divine Strike. It gives me an extra 2d8 radiant with Hue.
Let me check out
Okay.
what that means. What does Divine Strike?
Doesn't have a
Divine
number.
Strike is. Hmm?
Doesn't have a number.
Darn, is that?
I think it's a
thing?
spell.
Oh, I think that's a cleric thing.
Cantrip?
I can't find it in the spell list, so
Is
I
it
can only
domain?
assume. I can only assume it's a domain feature, hence the phrase cleric thing. Yeah. So
Oh, it is.
it's a
Oh, no.
thing.
It's a thing. Right.
It doesn't list it as a quote-unquote spell.
Okay.
So, and it doesn't stick around long enough to be dispelled
It's just
by
for the
dispel
duration
magic.
of
It's kind of like Divine Smite, except it's not a spell.
Okay.
Divine Smite expends a first or higher level spell slot for the paladin, so Divine Smite could theoretically be counterspell. Divine Strike does not appear to be capable of being removed.
Okay, so if I use that, then I get the regular 1d8 for the one-handed attack and extra 2d8 for radiant.
Yes.
Okay, let's strike Hue with Divine Strike here, baby.
All right.
And I'm going after that little
Dwarf.
righty dwarf.
He's actually, on closer inspection, he's pretty jacked.
Oh, so am I.
Like, even the dwarves, as a rule, are typically, as a species, pretty thick-set and muscular. This guy is pretty
He's working
cut
on it, huh?
for a dwarf. Like, you can see, like, bulging, defined muscle on his bare arms.
How annoying.
Yeah.
So I've got a 15 plus 10, so that's 25.
What can I do to stop that? It looks like you're going to hit him.
Okay. So 3d8.
And he's going to uncannily dodge.
He's going to uncannily dodge, and so I'm going to miss him?
No.
Oh, okay. What is my...
Even though he dodged, she's still hitting.
Well,
Yes.
it's
Or
gonna- it's
uncanny
gonna
dodge,
change the
To
does
damage.
dodge
something
out of the
else.
way of the worst of the attack. Roll the damage. Finnan's done it a handful of times.
7, yeah, I know. 7. And 3. So 17 plus
What?
5 is 22.
So he takes 11 points of damage.
Okay. Rats. Rats. Okay, well, I did my best. And
And your best hurt him.
good.
It would have wiped out some of our lower level opponents. 11 points of damage? Come on. That'd wipe out
Oh, a long
what you
time
got.
ago, but
yeah,
22
back in
would've
our
done-
back in our sub-level 10 days?
Yeah.
That'd have wiped out whatever you were up against.
Right, but 22 would have been better.
Yes.
42 would have been better.
Finnan
I've taken 106, but
is going to... He's going to look over you guys and shake the deck of many things and kind of raise one eyebrow like, eh? Yes? No?
I don't understand it.
Okay. And it just kind of vanishes up his sleeve. And he's going to charge the nearest mage assassin. And he's going to take the dash action, which will deprive him of sword cut, but it gets him in range. And so, unfortunately, they have gone already in combat, which really sucks.
They've gone what?
They've already taken their turn in combat, which sucks. Because he could have gotten that, but oh well. Still gets, he doesn't get sneak attack, but he's going to get a shot off at this guy. And it is a guy this time.
Shot With his bow?
Sword.
Sword. Okay.
That's the wrong, why am I doing that? The wrong dice. Oh, well that's nice. That's a 31 to hit. And that deals... I can't find it. Where have you gone? Oh, what are you doing hiding in there? Problem with being a dice dragon. Or dice goblin. You don't know where all your dice are anymore. I need to get like those like specialized trays where you can like line up sets of dice for each character and each thing.
What are they, like little tackle boxes?
Sort of, yeah.
Get a picture of it and...
Ow.
Uncle Joe could build it for you.
No, that's
I was going to say, Uncle Joe.
maybe. But also,
Yeah, right. That's
I have no space.
yeah.
That's gonna be... 14 points of damage to the nearest mage assassin.
Have they taken? Is any of them taking any damage yet?
Just now.
Okay.
Okay. Rongir, you're up.
We've got...
The dwarf is right next to you and Edra. The ranger is up on the roof. Twinkletoes is down here with slugging it out with Victor and Lisbeth. Finnan has run probably between 40 and 45 feet towards the nearest mage assassin. Probably about 40 feet. To tangle with them. And then the rest of them are just kind of arrayed around you guys.
Yeah, there are three things that are going through my mind. One is I don't like leaving magic wielders around. But I also don't like somebody that's within 5 feet of me who has just injured me. But I also don't like the elf up there having not even been attacked. On the other hand, I've got this sword that gets extra... I don't even remember what it does, but...
It has a +3 attack, and when you attack, you can choose to subtract up to 3 points from its attack value and give yourself an up to 3 boost in armor class.
And it only lasts one turn, or it stays that way?
You can re-up every turn.
But I have to use that anytime I
I'm going to
attack.
double check. What it says is, it was typically designed for people who are going to be using it a lot, but until the start of your next turn. So you've got to use it or you'll lose it. And as long as you're using it, you can choose to either hit +3 or defend +3.
He can't use spells realistically at the moment.
He can use
easily.
shock and grasp.
Yeah, but I mean, what I'm thinking about here is, so he's got the sword. Let's say he uses a shock and grasp on the next one. Then he just has to wait for his next turn. I mean, he'll be minus that +3.
He has to attack with the sword
Right.
to gain the armor class or attack boost.
Right. So he gets that.
Then at the start of his next turn, it
Right.
would go away unless he uses
Right.
it again.
But if he needs shock and grasp more than his sword at that point in time,
Then he takes the penalty in
Right.
armor class if he pumped it into that, and punishes the rogue with shock and grasp.
but then he could turn around and pick it up again at the beginning of his next turn.
If he hit something with it, yes.
Yes. Okay.
Or if he attacked, he doesn't have to hit. He has to make an attack,
Okay.
and then choose armor class or attack.
Gotcha.
How much does it boost the attack?
3.
And your armor class 3 if you choose to put it there.
Or it's an either or.
Right.
And it's an either-or mixture.
Yes.
But that does get me to 21 armor class.
22 flat if you use all 3 of them without shield.
I've got myself as 19 here.
Right, so if
yeah,
you
that's
add +3,
22.
it's
Yeah,
22.
22. Yeah, 3 and 19 is 21, right?
Sure, let's go with that.
That was what was in
Some
my
of us
mind.
would have
but
that consequence.
what we will do is hit him with the sword and add
Alright.
the armor class.
All right. So you're going to use it as a regular sword. So it's just going to be a regular sword attack, no plus 3.
I don't have...
And then you get plus 3 to your armor class.
Yeah, I'm not...
So you add...
What does the sword give?
It's like plus 10 now, I think, because it's your proficiency
Yes.
bonus plus your strength modifier of plus 4.
Yeah, unfortunately, that wasn't ever written down on my...
Your proficiency bonus now is plus 6. Your strength with the Gauntlets of Ogre Power is plus 4. So plus 10 to hit, plus 4 to damage.
$18, $19?
Okay, that'll hit.
And then what do I...
Then you roll a d8. Unless you put down the staff to attack him two-hand, and put down your spellbook to attack him two-hand.
No, I'm not going to...
Okay.
D8. I don't have those. It's got to be my green one.
Yeah.
1d8, right?
Yeah. You have a d8 over to the right of your box.
Yeah, over
That's your
here.
left.
No, to the right.
Oh, I put them over there. That's
Yeah.
right. That's an 8.
Mhm.
Well, that's 7 plus... Plus what?
4.
So that is 11.
11 points of damage, right?
Yeah.
You hurt him.
Good.
Not enough. If he's still standing, you get
Top of the round, he is going to attack you again.
What happened? Oh, right.
What's that?
I mixed up my two. I didn't have my glasses on. I mixed up Finn and Ronger's writing, and
Yeah.
I wasn't clear. But yeah, now I
So,
can see it.
he's going to... He's going to attack you with the short sword. And... fail.
Sweet.
Would he have failed if I had not taken the added?
Yes.
Okay. That's okay.
I was just
people
trying
that are going to be attacking you, so it was okay.
Well, I figured that I'm going to use the way people go after wizards. I'm going to use that plus 3. As
Speaking
a
of which, I said, speaking of which, the ranger is going to fire at you now.
Does he have a run bonus?
Oh, is the
He has
ranger the
movement
guy
if
on
he
the...
would like to.
Is that Legolas?
Is that
Yeah.
is that cart still standing? And would it be between him and anybody? Like between him and the... Could he crouch
If
underneath
he
it?
moved, he would get attacked.
By the dwarf.
Yeah.
However, with a 22 armor class, you could,
No.
and with your reaction back, and presumably at least 8 charges on the staff, you could potentially risk an attack of opportunity to give yourself 3/4 to full cover from some of the mage assassins and the archer on the roof, if you so desire.
It just occurred.
Would you like to do that?
That lasts until the next turn?
Start of your next turn, yes.
And that's a reaction, though, right?
And that burns your reaction, but that means you have 27 armor class until the start of your next turn.
Okay.
Okay. So
it's how
as you
many-
run, you currently have 22. So as you run, the dwarf is going to try and hit you and miss. So you have 22 armor class, and I'm going to assume you run behind the burning cart. And you now have lost line of sight on 3 of the mage assassins and the archer,
Oh, cool.
meaning you have total cover from them, meaning they cannot shoot at you. Now they know where you've gone, so things may start hitting the cart to try and get rid of it, but for now, at the very least, the archer is going to target you instead.
I just...
His original
Sorry.
prey
No. I just was thinking, get you out of there.
is going to be... Oh my god.
That's not my favorite sound.
That's natural 20.
Reach.
So he deals... Why does it keep running away from me? Where are you? Oh, that's a 12 points of piercing damage, and your speed is reduced to.
Again.
It's still down at 15.
Okay.
So it does not go below minus 10 feet, even if you're hit multiple times by a longbow with the slow property.
Okay.
But because he hit you again at the start of his turn. Oh, I forgot. Shoot, friend fire. Hang on. Oh, dang it. Oh, double dog, dang it. I'm not going to retcon this damage, but... Interesting. He deals an extra 5 points of damage to you. And an extra 1 point of damage to Elizabeth.
Is this retroactive?
No,
Oh. I mean, it's...
not retroactive. Not retcons.
Is he with an arrow? Peachy.
Yeah, there's a pulse
Oh,
of energy that comes off of the arrow as it strikes you and hits you
Oh.
and
Okay.
Elizabeth.
So he's shooting force arrows.
Not exactly. Although that is a good question. Hang on. What kind of damage is that? It just says damage. It doesn't specify any kind of damage, it's just damage. And Twinkle Toes is going to yeah. It's going to attack Victor with the rapier. Miss. And then it's going to make a dagger attack against him as well. And hit. 25. Which deals 6 points of damage to Victor as he parries aside the rapier. The dagger comes in on the side in a dueling maneuver and cuts him across the neck.
Does he have any other parry? Or
He's going to
repulse?
burn his reaction to parry it, but it's still 6 damage he has to parry against. Oh, no damage.
Ooh, yeah.
As Victor parries the rapier with his shield, he comes in to cut him across the neck, and his sword comes flicking up and knocks it aside. Oh, I forgot about that. Oh well, we'll deal with that later. Huh. Huh, that's nice. Huh. Oh, that's nice. Huh. Okay. Oops. Okay. Then we come to Victor. Victor is going to attack Twinkle Toes.
Oh,
Huh.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because he's right there.
Yeah.
So... Hey, 14 misses. 26 hits. 14 points of damage. And a 30 hits for another 12 for 26 points of damage to Twinkle Toes.
Nice.
He's not looking too hot anymore.
Yeah, this
Good.
is the longest in any encounter that we've got that we haven't killed somebody by now.
They're getting better.
No, we're rolling terribly.
That too.
There is some of that going on. Yeah.
And then because there's nothing to lose by not, Victor's going to action surge again. Because he can do that now that he's level 17. And 30. 27. 27 for 7, 12, 18 points of damage.
You've got the dice.
I'm running the dice in my head.
Yeah.
Okay.
18.
Yeah. Yeah. So the mage assassins are going to go now. Sorry. Sorry, I'm running a lot of complicated characters here. Not as easy as I thought it was going to be.
Phew, we could throw some away.
I'm going to...
He's counting on us to do that.
I'm hoping. I'm going to probably be reducing these tests pretty soon at the very least. I need Edra to make a wisdom saving throw.
Plus.
You're fine.
Oh, I get plus to that though. Okay, cool.
Do it again.
Okay, 13 plus 6 is 19. Wait a minute, my 6. This is plus 6. 13 plus 6 is 19.
Okay, you're good again.
Another one?
No, you're good. You managed to resist the force of will you feel pressing down in your mind.
Okay.
What are you? Trouble with that, so many.
I'll be right back.
7.
Excuse me.
There it is. Need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity. That's my favorite. 15.
Oh bother.
Oh, bother. Not my favorite.
You are suddenly wreathed in flame.
Ooh. Breathed in flame. Wait a minute, I got fire resistance.
You do.
I've got a tattoo.
So 16, 24, 32. You take 32 points of fire damage.
And that's with resistance, thank heavens.
And you are on fire.
Is there anything I can do to put it out?
Make the save the next time at the end of your next turn.
Okay. My dex is not my strongest. My strongest thing.
Oh boy. So the one on Finnan is going to cast Void. Another one. Sorry, this is taking so long.
No, that's fine.
It's not, but thank you.
I have a question for you too next time.
Alright, I'm gonna dagger attack against Finnan. And miss.
Good.
And the last one that can see you, I'm gonna need Ronger to make a wisdom saving throw.
I'm certainly hoping that a it's the one here.
Yeah,
But-
I think.
okay.
No, it's the saves.
Under saves?
Yeah.
Okay. Under saves. That's yeah. That is okay. How did I do that?
What's the dice?
A 16.
You're fine. You managed to resist the pressure of will that forces itself upon your mind temporarily.
Yeah, I would have had +8 on that 6.
Okay. So Elizabeth is going to carve on Twinkle Toes here. Gosh darn it, where'd it go? That is a miss. 25 will hit. 28 will hit. $17 and 11. That is 28.
Is he feeling any pain yet?
He looks it.
Good.
Adra, you're up. Finnan's on deck.
Quick question.
Uh-huh.
Am I still near the dwarf A?
Yes.
Okay. Second thing is, I keep thinking about this and forgetting about it. My bag of beans,
Uh-huh.
it says, throw the contents, they explode in a 10-foot radius from the beans. Each creature in the area must throw a saving throw or suffer 5d4 fire on a failed save, half damage if successful. Are the mage assassins, where are they?
Closest one's 40 feet away.
I don't think I have that good a throw. Do I have a slingshot? Let me see.
I have a sling.
Can I give him... Can I give him the bag of beans? Oh, can I toss him the bag
what
of
it
beans?
says is if you dump the bag's contents out on the ground, they explode in a 10-foot radius extending from the beans. Each creature in the area, including you, must make a DC 15 dexterity saving throw. I think that it would be more prudent to attempt to try to plant them later and figure out what they do.
Okay. Okay. I thought maybe I could toss them and they'd dump out or something.
No.
Okay, no problem. So, Hugh, with the Divine Strike against this buff dwarf.
Okay. That'll hit.
Oh, good. And we have some 8s here for damage.
I assume you're going to Divine Strike again.
Yes, yeah. And I
Don't
think-
forget, today is a new day. And if you want to go begging into the void for some intervention,
Oh, yes, thank
if
you.
you'd like to hold your axe and scream and go beg the void for a minute, beg Martha Reviewing for some help here.
Yes, I
Divine
do believe-
Intervention
I do believe
is
you,
a
I do believe you.
potential option.
Yes! I
You
forgot
have
about
to
that.
roll the D100 and you have to roll the percentage and the D10 together, and you have to roll a 17 or less, or a 16 or less. 16 or less? Let me check. It's either a 17 or less or a 16 or less. But you have to.
Do I roll them both together at the same time?
Yeah, you have to. You're adding them together, so
Right.
it's just like rolling. It's a D100 is the way
Right.
it's described. So.
So, is it my level or lower, or?
Let me check. It is.
Now, will this negate my hue? Or is
It's
this a
one or the
bonus
other
action?
for now. You can either hue, or you can describe the assistance you seek and roll percentile dice. If you roll a number equal to or lower than your cleric level, your deity intervenes.
Okay. So I have to say before I do it what we want.
If you want to, yeah. You're. What are you asking for?
Well, I was thinking of getting rid of those mage assassins.
How? It's not that your god is stupid; it's that they want to know what
No,
you
so-
want.
So,
And you want to be very
Oh.
clear. So that
It's
you-
not as monkey paw as wish.
Okay.
It's more just asking, do this, please.
permanently kill those 4 mages. How many mage assassins have we got? All the
5.
mage assassins attacking us, please.
1 second, let me check and see if you can do that with something here.
Too broad.
I mean, it might.
It is my god, after all.
Yeah, but ninth level. I mean,
Is that a 9th level spell?
your power word kill is, yeah.
Oh.
But it's not a cleric spell. I mean,
It has to be a spell that I...
what it's. I'm going to read you the wording on Divine Intervention.
Okay.
Beginning at 10th level, you can call on your deity to intervene on your behalf when your need is great. Employing your deity's aid requires you to use your action to describe the assistance you seek and roll percentile dice. If you roll a number equal to or lower than your cleric level, your deity intervenes. The DM chooses the nature of the intervention. The effect of any cleric spell or cleric domain spell will be appropriate. You know what? I'll allow it. Go for it.
I gotta roll it, so...
Go for it. If you succeed,
Okay.
something will happen.
51. No.
Nope.
Way too high. Okay, well, okay.
Unfortunately, your god is not listening to commands.
Reinforcing my concerns.
And that was the only time she can use that
Today.
Today.
You do it once per day,
right.
until it works.
Right.
Then you can't use it again for 7 days once
Right.
it actually works.
Okay.
So you tried, and that's what counts.
Yeah. It was worth trying.
Finnan is going to keep carving on the mage assassin he's
Can I dash
scratching with.
to cover
If you want to incur a potential attack of opportunity, yes.
from the dwarf?
Or no, yes. Wait.
Yeah.
How far away?
No. Yes?
Wait.
How did he attack you last time?
He didn't because he had
Who
all
did he
this...
fight? Did he fight you?
No, he fought him, but he had so much
But no,
AC.
he Rungier moved, and it was the rogue's turn.
But he rolled to attack him, and
Well, how? He was out of range.
I thought attack of opportunity. Oh, that's right.
No, I saved
No,
it on.
he got a
I didn't get any damage, so.
That's what I'm saying. You didn't, but you shouldn't have been attacked. You ran away from him.
But I thought that was the attack of opportunity.
But then
No.
it was the rogue's turn.
No,
to
I
attack
already
around.
did. I saved on the opportunity.
He should have attacked you, but regardless, I don't think it would have hit him. I don't know if he would have hit you either.
He didn't hit.
So anyway,
So am I about 10 feet away, 15? Am I close? Can
You're-
I get to?
Rungier?
Yeah.
Yes, if you want to incur an attack of opportunity, because the rogue has got his thing back.
Okay.
Reaction.
Yeah, I think I'd like to get out of the
Okay.
limelight here.
Alright.
So, dash.
Throwing yourself from the balcony is not the way to go.
Unless
You
you
fall
roll
down the
backwards.
stairs. 23 will hit you.
Oh, it will hit me.
So, you suffer.
Yes, I suffer.
I know, I
I suffer in silence.
Did I see that one? You suffer 7 points of piercing damage.
Oh, you rogue.
Finnan is going to keep carving on the mage assassin that he's fighting. So he's going to... Yeah, he's going to attack. And screw the advantage at this point. Well, he shouldn't have said that because he missed.
Wait a minute. What? How did he screw the advantage?
Because he has no one to flank with.
Oh,
Although, no, we were walking. We were not riding through this town.
No, we were just walking along.
Yeah, we were just walking around. So we would not have had horses.
Yeah.
no, we left them
We
someplace.
left
They're
them
stabled
stabled
or
at the
whatever.
Lush Opal.
Direwolf has a little freedom, but
The direwolf is running around outside the city, and the horses are stabled at the Lush Opal. There was no reason to bring them out. They were
Nope.
war horses for crying out loud. We were in a shopping spree. We weren't supposed to get attacked.
they were to carry all of our spoil in
Yeah.
there.
DM stands for diabolical man.
DM stands for demented. Let's just be real. So that's a miss on Finn's part. Rondir, you're up.
Wasn't there somebody between?
Nope.
Nope.
Oh.
Finn and then Rondir.
Okay. Who was I trying to kill before?
Either spellcasters, rogues, or rangers. I know that's really broad.
The rogue was the one that I was, but I was right there.
And then you were tired of getting shot at, so you ran.
Yeah, and I'm trying to decide whether I should stand up and shoot at Legolas, or
Or the mage people
Mage
who are
assassins.
throwing spells at you.
yeah.
You got two of them that you can see.
Well,
You got a magic missile? Wand of magic missiles?
You do.
He has
You
I
got
do.
both of them. He has the ability to cast magic missile.
But then that's
you
a
have the
spell.
two wands.
Gotcha.
Well,
and
I
that's
mean,
a
so
spell,
are
and
the
it could
wands,
be.
but
Yeah, I was trying to decide. Also, one of the strategies that was used the last time we were against mage assassins was to attack with cantrips.
that was the null mages.
Oh,
Yeah.
these guys aren't as stupid.
These not stupid so much as fanatical.
Yeah,
And they had
okay.
fanatics blankers on in that any and all arcane magic is evil and must be destroyed and nullified. So
I'm
they were
going-
willing to black a cantrip with a third level spell. These guys are going to be hoarding their resources a little more carefully. Which, they're also going to be hoarding their HP, which means, as you know, if you hurt a mage assassin
Right.
badly enough, they will
run.
run.
Yeah.
They typically have a contingency spell on them
Right.
with Dimension Door that they will poof
Right.
away from you
Right.
if you hurt them badly enough.
I don't have on here what my what the effect and what I get for the sword. I mean
Plus-
the longbow.
You
What's-
add your dex bonus to your... you could always just throw cantrips, though. They're not likely to counterspell a cantrip. If you're worried about getting counterspelled, cantrips, they are not going to be counterspelled by a mage assassin.
Okay.
It's not worth it. to them.
I'm gonna. They're probably not going to do against a magic missile either if it's not aimed at them.
Probably not. If it's not directly aimed at them, they're probably not going to counterspell it.
Well, I'm thinking of the. We need to get rid of attacks.
That's why I'm suggesting
So-
the mage assassins.
Mage assassins, yeah, we
Yeah.
need to get rid of them.
Either
Um,
bait them out with low-level spell attacks on them, like level 1s, magic missiles or something like that, and bait out some counter spells, or use cantrips, or start with spells.
My cantrip is more than a level 1 magic missile, but the magic missile automatically hits.
That's why I'm saying you can either
Yeah.
bait them out with some counter spell, or you can either bait out some counter spells, or hammer them with some cantrips.
I'm gonna hit somebody with a level 2 magic missile.
No, you're not.
No?
Nope.
Why? They're gonna
Counterspell. Counterspell.
Okay.
So knock off a second level spell slot. They'll knock off a third.
Just a
And
second.
you're done.
I've got to go and find that.
Sir Shanksalot is going to
Spells.
attack you.
Great.
I'm
But you
going
can't see
to
me.
go here,
He
and
can
I
see you.
use.
He just watched you run away from him like 10 feet. he's going
I
to
did
run over
second
to
level,
you.
didn't I?
Yes. And
Okay.
he's going to attempt to attack you. Did he damage you last time?
No, he didn't.
Okay.
The mage guys did.
Okay.
That's cool.
Well, that's interesting.
I stood up to do that and then ducked down again, by the way.
As he charges you, he misses a crack in the cobblestones and falls prone at your feet.
Kiss my toes.
Legolas cannot see you anymore. It's not literally Legolas, the elven prince,
Right.
is what I'm calling him.
Yeah.
And he is going to fire an arrow at Victor.
Poor Victor.
He's a pincushion. What can I say? That's a miss. The Twinkle Toes is going to give a flourish of his blade, which I keep forgetting to use things for him. I'll have to remember the next time we fight with him. And shoot. Blow. He's going to flourish his blade in a pseudo bow at Victor and Elizabeth, and then back up a few steps and run.
He doesn't want to die either.
No. No, he doesn't.
Well, these aren't fanatics.
No. An Inquisition kill team would fight to the death. These guys, you can hurt them badly and convince them to run.
Then they'll fight another day.
Yeah. That's their point.
But if they didn't fight another day, the DM
Something
would
else
make
would-
up somebody else to take their place.
Iran would hire somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And he doesn't hold it against them any more than he held it against himself to run.
Right.
He hurt you guys, and he tried,
Yeah.
and he failed, and he's going to try again.
Yeah.
And this is fun for him. This is what he does for a living.
There you go. Toes twinkle and
Not him.
runs away.
That's Twinkle Toes, not
Iran?
not Iran.
Mhm.
So then we can wipe him
I
off.
ran.
I will drop a rock on your head. Victor is going, with no one to fight, is going to bunker down behind a water trough and from half cover fire a longbow shot at the mage assassin that Victor and that Liz. No, Victor is going to run at the mage assassin that Finnan is trying to fight to give him advantage, to give him sneak attack. And he's going to try and nucleus up with the terrible trio so they can move as a unit and pound these guys into pulp.
Can he run as a bonus action and like fire his arrow as an action?
I mean, he could.
Would that get
but
him close enough to?
Like, he could fire his arrow and then move.
Mm-hmm.
Or he could run up on him and hit him with a sword. So it's 6 of one, half dozen the other.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's just that with Victor, the Dragon Slayer Longsword is a plus 12 to hit. His longbow is a plus 9. He deals a 1d8 plus 6 for the sword and a 1d8 plus 3 for the longbow.
My impression when you said run to give him advantage was that was as far as he was going to be able to go.
No, he's going to run up on this
Cool.
person so that Finnan can get a flank bonus
And
if
then
it survives.
Auto attack.
And
Could.
he's
I
going
missed
to
it.
slice with his sword
Perfect.
once he reaches them. So, added. Ooh. Ooh. Okay.
I like the sound of it.
Well, that happens. He deals 14 points of damage.
Nice. Is this to the wounded
No,
one?
sorry. He deals, my bad. He deals 22 points of damage.
Is the guy already wounded or a new guy?
I think it's the wounded mage assassin.
The one that Finnan's been fighting.
Right.
So that's 22. Because he just napped 20 and rolled a 20 on the crit success, meaning he deals max damage. With the dice doubled, that goes up from 8 to 16, plus 6 is 22.
Nice.
So, then Victor's going to attack again at advantage. 26 will hit for... Oh, 14.
All right.
That's gotta be good.
No. And this attack is a 23 to hit, which hits for another 14.
All right. Yay.
And because this is funny.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, he used his last one. Never mind. Victor's going to use his second wind to regain 20 points of healing.
Oh, good.
So, the mage assassins are going to go.
And they can't see me.
They're going to start moving around to try and find you. Because they know that you're the more dangerous of the spell.
Not
You're
if they
a
can.
dangerous
Not if they
spellcaster.
can dispel my spells.
But you can still cantrip them.
Yeah.
The one on there is going to use a dagger attack first. That's Victor. Oh my. And that's something, all right. Oh, cripes. That's like 11 points of piercing damage to Victor as the mage assassin shanks him. The next one is going to shuffle around until it can see you. And then it's going to need you to make another wisdom saving throw.
+6.
You're fine. The next one is going to make Elizabeth make a wisdom saving throw. Which she makes.
Good.
Which is astonishing.
That's why I reacted the way I did.
And the next one is going to need Elizabeth to make a dexterity. Oh no, you're on fire, by the way. Remember?
Yeah, but what can I do?
You have to make your dexterity save again.
But at my turn.
Right.
I'm not at my turn.
No,
You had to
he's
make
saying
it
you
hard.
have to do 2 because you have to do it at disadvantage.
No.
Oh.
No, I'm saying
Oh,
you made your turn because it was the mage assassins you divine interventioned after you got lit on fire.
Right.
So you took, hang on. I think it was that. Let me double check how many extra, because you're currently on fire. Not this one. It's the other one. Not this one, the other one. Oh. Golly. Okay. You take an additional 15 points of fire damage at the top of your turn right before you divine intervention.
Okay.
And now you make your dexterity save. That was halved, sorry. No, 15 is halved to 7
Okay.
points of fire damage. Now you can remake, a retcon at the end of your turn, you can remake the dex save.
So I'm not.
At the end of your turn, after you failed divine intervention, you could have made the save.
So so I should do that now.
Unless you want to keep burning.
Nope, I do not. 18,
You're no longer on fire.
because I don't get any pluses with dexterity.
So, Elizabeth has to make the dex save now. That's
She
the
on
wrong
fire?
dice. What was that?
Is she on fire?
Almost. I don't know. No, she's not. And just make another wisdom save. Back. Okay, she's fine. She is going to take a run at the mage assassin. Or no, sorry, my bad. The mage assassin that was on Victor should not have given him that damage. Because it should have run as soon as it hit that level of...
Oh, okay, so we're down one mage assassin?
We're down one mage assassin. My bad. Elizabeth is going to turn on the next one in range. And whirl... she's going to raise her hand to the circlet on her brow and launch a triplet of she's going to launch a triplet of fire rays at the mage assassin nearby.
She's launching a triplet.
Miss. Nope. Hit. Miss. Hit. So 2 rays of fire strike the mage assassin for 6 and 7 of 13 points of fire damage on the next mage assassin.
Why did that happen?
Oh, she has the circuit of blasting.
Oh,
She
okay.
has that circlet on her brow
yeah.
that allows her to fire.
It sounded like somebody that was doing magic, and yeah.
Elizabeth has a little bit of magic.
But since that's a device, it's not a counterable device.
I mean, yes, it is, but they kind of forgot while they were dodging fire.
Sounds good to me.
I don't know if it's technically capable.
They probably don't think about countering it from that direction.
They didn't think about it until it was too late. Now, if, for example, you were to give Finnan or Victor those wands in this fight, and they were to start potting at the people, they would not necessarily think to counter them. Alternatively, if you were to launch a series of first-level magic missiles out of your wand, they would probably counter them from you, or from Victor and Finnan, if I'm being honest. Now they've figured out what's going on here.
Yeah.
And that would cause them to burn counterspell slots on something that is not affecting your final slot count. And if you burned it at first level, you would have 5 or 6 first level slots that you could burn to burn 12 to 14 or 10 to 12 counterspells.
So I could get about half of them-ish.
Potentially.
Now, counterspells are 5th level.
3rd.
3rd?
Or higher.
Unless they start
If they start running
get
out
of
of
thirds, and
they start
they
burning,
probably don't have more than about 3/3.
right. So if you start throwing first level if you start burning one charge at a time off of the wands, you'll be baiting out counterspells, and you won't be doing anything, but you'll be depleting their resources.
Right.
So it's your turn now if you'd like to try that.
Okay, yeah, that's worth trying.
Okay. Okay, that's
First
one
level?
counterspell down.
First level.
Does only one mage assassin counterspell, or do they're kind of coordinated on that? 'Cause
The
we
nearest
had
one knows that it's happening, and or the one that's being pointed at knows that it's happening and is going to knock it out. So that's your turn. Finnan is going to attack with advantage on the one that, because
it can.
well, because technically Victor wouldn't have hit. I would have been able to move on the second one because it should have run before he got there.
Yeah, right.
So, he's going to get advantage on this attack.
Did it run while he was there?
It should have. It did technically, but
Then he should have gotten an attack of opportunity. Okay.
with Dimension Door.
Oh, it was a dimension door that
It didn't run down the street.
Yeah,
It
ran.
poofed into a dimension door. So
Okay.
yeah, technically he should have gotten one, but he was kind of already. He wasn't technically there, and Finnan could have taken one, but he forgot to. Just like the mage just hasn't forgot to counterspell this Scorching Ray. There's been a bit of forgetfulness running around this fight because I've got a lot of characters in my head. Oh no. Oh goodness, for advantage. Oh wow. That's not much better. That's a 14 to hit. Drat you, Finnan. Drat you, drat you, drat you. Here's another attack at advantage.
Come on, you can do it.
That'll hit. Because of the advantage. Make it rain! Hey, Bob!
Alright. Let it rain. Oh my gosh.
So many ones, I want to be sick.
Yeah.
1, 3, 6, 7, 11, 14, 21, 30 points of damage. And the assassin poofs through a dimension door.
So now there's 2 left.
3 left.
3 left.
Rongir, you're up. You can either cantrip, or you can bait out counterspells.
I'm gonna. Well, cantrip.
Won't bait a counterspell from a non-fanatic. A cantrip won't bait a counterspell
I'm
from a
gonna
mage
go with
assassin.
level 1 missile.
Alright, you can knock off a first level slot, and they're going to knock off one as well. Well, they're going to knock a third, technically, but, you know. Alright. That is where we're going to call it for tonight, because the timer went off. Yeah, I was quick on it.
Okay.
Um,
I'm glad I'm not
it went off sometime around the Mage Assassins,
Okay. Well,
so I
I'm
figured
glad I'm
we'd
not
finish out
burned.
the turn as usual. Everyone, I appreciate you coming along on this grind of a ambush. I did not expect it to be so slow. If you're still with us, go ahead and leave a like, drop a comment, share on social media. If you'd like to help the channel get supported financially, best way to do that is to go over to our Printify shop, Nightwalker's Bazaar, link in the description. If you'd like to help the channel grow, you can, as said, leave a like, drop a comment on what you'd like to see in the shop or what you liked or didn't like about the show. You can subscribe if you haven't already, turn on post notifications so you don't miss another one of our shows. Tell your friends about it, and as always, stay hydrated, stay adventurous, and we'll catch you on the flip side.